hear it a lot, not just from just stories in general, but a couple of friends of mine that have kids now.
Yeah.
You get a perspective change.
Oh, yeah.
When you have a kid.
Yep.
Can you speak to that at all?
100%. Well, when you become responsible for the life of a little alien baby, like it's like, dude, the perspective changes everything. For example, like, like for me, like I've always gone into like, say like financially, like you always, because you're like, golly, you think about it, you're like, gosh, I don't have to pay for this kid to go to college, I have to buy him a car, I'm gonna have to get him clothes, and it's like having a kid is expensive, right? So it really your professional mindset kind of changes a little bit, where you're like, okay, this is what I have to have, this is what I have to earn, and I'm not gonna say no because now I'm responsible for this type, So there's that aspect. I definitely don't drink as heavily anymore in terms of like I can't go to my mother-in-law's pool party and drink 19 Coors Lights and do I can't so that has changed, but yeah, just my whole everything I do I do more cautiously now. I think things through more. I guess I'm less debaucherous, less degenerate behavior, more things are thought through. My perspective has just changed in terms of like, it's like my life. He's my life now. It's not about me anymore, really. It's about him. But it's amazing, man. My wife is a trooper. She's the best mother in the world. And we're loving it. We're loving it. Even the good times and the bad. So like the times when he's giggling and laughing and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. And then it's 2:30 in the morning. He's like, screaming his head off in my face. I've learned, and I'll tell you this, all right? They made us take a shaken babies course in the hospital. Okay, you have to take that. Like, it's like a QR code. You scan it. There's some videos. It's like required. And I was sitting back and I was thinking, I was like, why do I need to watch a video telling me not to shake my baby? Like, give me a break, really? And I'm not kidding you. when you've had no sleep, it's 2:30 in the morning, and that baby's just screaming in your face. I can understand why somebody would want to shake the baby. I personally wouldn't do it because I'm a mature adult. However, there are a lot of people that have babies who are not mature adults. They're very young. They don't know what they're getting into. And I understand why I had to take that course.
So they require you to take a course. What if
it's not a course, more of it's just like watching a video series, like a couple videos.
So what if you don't? Do they just like hold custody of your
baby? I don't think they know.
Because they never ran
I didn't
into
watch all of them. Like I watched the thing. I watched the Shaken Babies ones. I didn't watch all the other ones. But I watched that one for sure. It's just like a pamphlet, dude. There's like these QR. They're like, I think they're required to give it to us, and I don't think they're required to check it if we're gonna be watching.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. It was. Trust me, dude. There have been times where I remember early on. This is kind of funny. So my wife had a C-section, right, and so it takes a while for the breast milk to come in if you have a C-section, as opposed to the other way.
Oh, shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Fun fact: I learned that in the hospital. So. But females will make this thing called colostrum, which is like before the milk comes in. It's like that's what's coming in. And apparently it's kind of like it will suffice for a baby. And so we take Bronson home, and he's home the first 2 days. And God, dude, that second night he was up every 20 minutes. Put him down. 20 minutes later, screaming. We're like, I'm trying to feed him with scream. We go. It was nuts. I remember I had to walk out of the room, and I'm staring at myself in the bathroom mirror, just like. There's no way this is my life now. Like he's gonna do this for forever. Oh no! We go to the doctors. He's lost about a pound, and the doctor goes like, "Well, how would you feel about possibly maybe implementing some formula bottles while we wait for her milk to come in?" And we were all, "Oh yeah, we have that at the house. Should we be doing that?" Comes to find out, poor Bronson wasn't getting much colostrum like at all the first couple of days.
Shit.
So that's why he was screaming. Because, like, the colostrum wasn't coming out that much, so he was just starving, dude.
That should have been the fucking class.
Right! Exactly. And so I remember getting in the car.
Don't abuse your baby. She'd be like, understood.
I was like, go home.
Yeah.
We call my mother-in-law, get the formula bottle ready now. Stat. We got home, popped in the formula, and he's literally gained so much weight now. He is almost 13 pounds, and he was 7 pounds 9 ounces when he was born. So he's doubled in size already.
Damn.
Less than 2 months. So
What's the teamwork like between you and your wife?
oh man, let me tell you about this. So there's so many like single parents out there. I don't know how they do it. I really don't know. Like mad props to like a single mother who's raising her child on her own. Like that has to be so hard because it's incredible, dude. Like I remember the first couple weeks, like we did everything together. Like I was afraid to kind of like my first diaper I ever changed was in the hospital at 2 a.m. whenever like the nurse wasn't there, and he's like, I'm like like trying, so I'm like slow and like so we're like helping each other. But after those first couple weeks, we're like, we can do shifts now. So like at night, so we could all sleep. So I take the baby from like 8:30 at night. We put him down, and then I take the first changing. Like when you change him, like I gotta wait. He wakes up crying, so I gotta feed him. I gotta change him. I gotta reswaddle him. It takes about an hour. So I take the first one. She takes the second one, and that's we do shift work essentially, and it just works really really well. We do it as a team. Like and so she gets sleep. I can get some sleep as much as we possibly can, right? But man, yeah, the teamwork aspect I feel like is so important. When raising it's dude, because like I said, there's times where I'm like so stressed. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I hand him off to her. She could take him, or she's stressed, I can take him. And so we do really work well as a team. And the shift work at night was huge for us, dude. Like it changed the game. Like for the first 2 weeks, we were both getting up, like just staring at him. We're both. Finally, I was like, why are we both doing this? Like I'll take the first one, you take the second. So. It's good, man. It really is good. She's amazing. She's the best mom ever. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you need a partner like that. Partner's fucking gay. You need a wife like that. That's gay. You need a wife like that, dude.
You need a main bitch. And I say it in the most respectful way possible. All right? If you're a main bitch, you are popping.
You need someone like that
right.
as your kid's mom, man.
Yeah. Oh,
you know
man, dude. Seeing Bronson with Taylor is the best, dude. It's the best. He's always sleeping on her chest. He never sleeps on my chest. I think it's because of my rock hard pecs.
I mean, shit, dude. With a name like Bronson, that kid's gonna start turning at 12 years old.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm like, we're like, when we were, dude. Do you know how we found the baby name? Is crazy. There is a app. It's called Baby Name. It's Tinder for baby names. Okay. So how it works is I make an account. Taylor makes an account. We link our account. So I'm like, I basically swipe right on Taylor. She swipes right. We're a linked account now. So we're like together. So then it'll be like boy or girl. And I just click boy. And so I'll just be sitting at work and I'm like killing time. And I would click it open, boy. And it would just start generating boy names with our last name. So it'd be like, John Rader, Austin Rader. That's my brother's name. Jacob Rader. It would just, and then, so I'd be like, if I didn't like it, I just swipe left. Don't like that. But it would give me like the name and like what it meant and everything. And so I'm on this app, and Bronson Rader, and if I swipe right on one and Taylor swipes right on the same name, it goes into our matched folder.
Hey, that's kind of cool.
So we had this matched folder with all these names, and Bronson came across, and I was like, Bronson Rader. I was like, ooh, that is a tough name.
Yeah.
Love that one. And then sure enough, later that day, it's like, you have a match name. I looked down, and Taylor at her school had matched with Bronson Rader. She liked it too. And so that's how we got the name, an app. A baby name app, just like Tinder, but for baby names. It's literally called Baby Name.
We are in 2024.
It's incredible,
gentlemen.
It's incredible, dude. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's
so
funny.
that's how we came up with the name. And yeah, he's sweet, dude. He's so cool.
Well, you seem excited about fatherhood, man.
It is fun, dude. I'm enjoying every single phase as much as I possibly can. I have had. I'll tell you this right now. Obviously it's not all rainbows and roses. There's moments where I'm just completely stressed out. There's times where my wife's completely stressed out. Social media will make you think it otherwise because we're always posting the pictures of me smiling and stuff. But, dude, it's amazing. I'm trying to enjoy every single phase. And it's so weird because I see him now and I'm like, I cannot imagine this kid walking or talking or doing anything. I just picture him to be this way, like, for forever. It was so funny, too, when he was born. I was like, he looked like a little alien to me, but he looked like an alien who was, like, 45 years old from outer space. And, like, that's what people look like on his planet.
Why do we get a retired alien?
I was like, he looks like an alien from another planet, and he's 45, but this is what 45-year-olds look like on that planet. Like, it was great, man. Yeah, I'm trying to enjoy every single moment because they say that they being the seasoned parents say it goes fast. Like I'll blink my eyes and he'll be 18 years old. Hopefully full ride scholarship to the Ohio State University. we'll see.
Well, that's what I mean. Now more than ever, kids need parents that are enthusiastic about being in their lives.
That's the thing, dude. I'm really one of the things I'm really excited. I'm excited to see him grow, but I'm excited to teach him about things that I like. Like I'm a diehard Cleveland Browns fan, big dog pound guy over here. So like I'm excited to introduce him to Cleveland Browns football, right? And see what he likes and what he doesn't like and his interests and watching him grow and pushing things that I like, not pushing things, but like getting him into things that I like, but also facilitating things he likes, right?
Yeah.
And really like backing. I mean, if he wants to be, the trombone player in the band, I'll let him do it. And you know what? We'll be at every single one of those recitals type of thing. So I had such support from my parents growing up. My mom and dad, that I want to do the same for this kid for sure, like every step of the way.
Are there like, not just from your point of view, but from your wife's as well, like agreed upon, life, not just values and ethics, but like life lessons? Like, okay, these are things that we're looking forward to teaching our kid about the world.
We haven't had a ton of those conversations yet, but I will say this, that we have had conversations about how we're going to go. It's so weird. I feel so old talking about this. Like, how am I going to go about disciplining my child?
Yeah.
But I do think that, like, we've talked about how, like say, if we're having issues with him when he's down the line. And, like, one thing we want to do is never be a fractured front. Like, we always want to be a united front. So, like, if I want to do something discipline-wise with the kid and she's like, she disagrees, like, we're not going to argue about what's going on with the kid in front of the kid. We're going to take it behind closed doors. We're going to figure something out. And then we're going to come out as a united front. Like, that kid, Bronson, love you, buddy. You're never going to see me disagreeing with your mom in front of you. I'll do it behind closed doors. But we're going to be united front. Yeah. And I think that's really, really important. That's what we've talked about. Like, we want Bronson to know that we love him, but we're like, me and mom are always united. You're never going to pull us in opposite directions.
That's important, man, because I'm not going to air out my parents' business, but they split up when I was like 4 or 5 years old. And I remember even being like a little kid and like seeing them scream and yell and all that shit. And that,
I've experienced the same thing.
Yeah, so you remember that kind of stuff. And it's like, all right, so if, like for me, it's more of an if, because I'm not sold on having a kid yet. But, generally speaking, if and when that time comes, when it's like, all right, hopefully if the time comes for me to have a kid, hopefully I'm married.
Right.
Hopefully I've got a wife. Yeah. I didn't just fuck up. You know what I mean? But
right.
Hopefully that when that time comes, not only is the mother of my kid somebody that I would like to be the mother of my kid, but it's someone that I'm married to,
100%.
Or at least planning on marrying.
Yeah.
Then it becomes like, okay, cool. These are just some like red lines. Whereas like, this is how we're going to raise the kid.
Yeah.
This is how we're going to do this, how we're going to do that.
Yeah. It's kind of scary to think about when you think about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, like we are raising this human being. We are me and my wife. We're like, oh my gosh, like there's such a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
Like holy moly.
I think the average age right now that kids will get a cell phone is 9 years old.
See, that's a good point. Like when are we going to start? When are we going to get him a cell phone? Like how much TV time? When does he got to? Yeah. All that stuff. I haven't really thought about that because, like I said, I don't even picture my son walking. I just picture him to be this little 45-year-old alien baby from outer space who just lays there and cries and giggles and laughs and shits and pisses.
If I'm being honest, one of the if there were like top 3 reasons why I don't want a kid, one of them is changing diapers. Dude, I can deal with blood, vomit, brains. I've done that. Shit. I can't do it. No, I can't do it. Like I was in caregiving for 3 years as management, right? So every so often I'd have to fill in.
Yeah.
Dude. I would feel bad too, and I'd be like, gag, these poor people, like it's not their fault.
Yeah.
They're in this situation they're in. They
don't do shit.
Yeah, they just either aged into the situation or just life turned out that way. Where it's like they can't take care of themselves. And there was one time where I was like, I just couldn't do it. I was like, fuck me. Give me a second. And I had to like compose myself. I felt so bad for this person. So now it's like, yo, if I have a kid, they are not going to see dad fumble, let alone over shit they produced. Like, that's not like...
Dude, can I tell you something about shit since we're on the subject? Let me tell you guys something about shit since we're on the subject. I can't begin to tell you, if you're going to have a kid, anyone out there, that do not be alarmed by your baby shit for the first week to 2 weeks of their life. And here's why. When it comes out, the shit, what do you think it would look like if like just shit like a baby shit?
Like soup.
Dude, no. Talk about black tar.
Oh.
It's called meconium, okay? And
These are multiple syllable words we're using here.
Meconium. Google it. That's what baby shit is before they really start to like get their digestive system going. I was
going to say, like, what's even in it?
Nothing, basically. It's like, I don't even know. It's literally black tar. It's sticky like resin. It's black as night, and it is insane. Thank God I had a sister-in-law who had a baby beforehand to warn me about this. Because had I not been warned about the black tar shit, I would have thought that Bronson had the bubonic plague, bro, coming home from Presbyterian Hospital downtown. I'm serious, dude. It is so weird. And then, like, literally after a week or so, it changes into yellow, seedy shit. There's seeds in it. It looks seedy. It's bizarre. Baby shit is insane, all right? It's black tar, then it's yellow and seedy, then it says up his back, down his leg, all over me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this right now. In the first month of Bronson's life, he pissed on me, he shit on me.
Sounds about right.
And he threw up in my mouth.
Oh.
Let me tell you this story. I'm sitting there holding my sweet son. He's so sweet. I just fed him, and he's sitting there, and he's got his eyes kind of like half open. And I'm like, I did this thing where I'll rub my nose on his nose. I'm like, you're so cute. And he does this thing. He's like, he makes this cute face. So I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like doing that. I'm holding him. I'm like, you're so cute. And he goes, bleh! Projectile acid reflux vomit into the back of my throat. It hit my uvula, bro. It smacked my uvula. And I just turned my head and went, ugh. And my wife turned and just saw milk coming out of my mouth. I was all, she has the image burned in her brain. I'm dead ass. He acid reflux vomited puke into the back of my uvula. I'm lucky I'm here doing this podcast.
I'm just
today.
imagining this like Mad TV skit of the baby puking on the dad, and then the dad pukes on the baby, and it's this vicious cycle.
I went into like fight or flight mode, like low key, like it was. It was at that point that I really wanted to shake the baby, but I didn't because I watched the video. The video told me everything I needed to know that day.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts. He's literally throwing up on my mouth. He's pissed off. And here's the thing about baby boys, like when you're changing their diaper, like you need to like have a cover over their,
right.
their thing,
right?
Because I can say it, their penis, yeah. Because they'll start peeing at random, and I'm not kidding you, dude. Would probably hit the ceiling, get close to it. This kid, like that prostate is strong at that age. All right.
That's the first organ that formed after the brain and the heart. Straight
up, the prostate. It has to. This kid's fountaining all over the place. So we got to have. Yeah, dude. I used to be very bad at changing diapers. You get better at it with time. Now I'm like a genie. I'm like very little wipes. People forget how important wipes are too. Whenever, because I had a diaper party. Have you heard of these? Diaper parties. So girls have the baby showers. Guys are now having diaper parties. It's where you have a party and you just bring, guys basically hang out in the backyard, and to get in, you got to bring a box of diapers. And so we threw one for my buddy JT. That dude didn't pay for diapers for probably the first year his son was born. Because we had like 30 people there, and they were all bringing boxes of diapers. We had bought diapers to the ceiling, so I had one of those.
That is like the lowest common denominator reason to get trashed with the boys.
Yes, dude.
like all you gotta do, we'll have beer. Just bring the diapers.
To get in. You got to bring the diapers. You don't bring the diapers, you're not fucking coming in.
That's all right? Hilarious.
But yeah, I had one of those. So we have all these diapers. Not a lot of wipes, though. Had to go get a wipe. Wipes are part of the diaper changing process because obviously there's shit everywhere. You got even if it's pee, you're gonna wipe. So yeah, dude. As scared as changing a diaper sounds, you would get good at it quick. You have to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd imagine so. Right. Poor fucking kid is just wallowing in his own tar.
Dude. Thank God the tar only lasts for like a week because I'm telling you right now. You guys, you need to Google meconium. I don't know how to spell it, but Google it and you'll know what I'm saying. And you'll know for a fact, like you're glad I knew about it going in because I'm like I said, bubonic plague. making a comeback with my baby. That's what I would have thought. That's what I would have thought.
Without